Hi everyone, welcome. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here today with Don Lynch. Hi.
Hi, Kathy.
So we're really excited to introduce you to Don and to have you understand why I'm such a huge fan of his work. His work is so fast and effective and thorough. I think you will not want to do any other healing modalities after you experience it. So Don, okay, I've got tons of questions I can ask you, but the first one I want to ask you is your concept of humans. You have a very different concept compared to everyone else I know. Could you explain to them how you see us as a being?
We are all bags of water, and we have some electricity bouncing around in there, and we have an operating system. So, everything that we think we know about who and what we are, and where we're going, and where we've been, that's all ego-based things for me. But, if we go back to being just a bag of water, with some electricity bouncing around in there, and an operating system, you can treat symptoms, etc., whatever name you want to call it, in the bag of water with existing built-in software.
Wow. Yeah. What's delightful is you do not need to name and re-go through all of the story that you may have that has caused a chronic illness or a current issue that you have. You can just go to the pain or the disruption in your field and work it through, correct?
Correct. So you can call whatever you got a certain name, but in reality, when you get everything down to the root of everything, is that all it is that it's a point of electrical resistance in this bag of water. And so with our built-in operating system, we have a self-protective device there that we as modern day man have actually turned off and used minimally. And what I do is activate the system, get it moving again, so that you can go with the flow and heal your body on a very primal level.
So you discovered this after 3 near-death experiences, and then so that's where you first got connected to this gift, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you also studied chiropractic for 20 odd years?
I have done chiropractic research. It started out as a hobby because my best friend was a chiropractor, and I had visited chiropractors since I was in high school. I was doing heavy lifting and stuff like that, and I had family members that had chronic migraines and things like that, and I started studying more and more about chiropractic, and my best friend ended up being a chiropractic researcher, and I worked a lot with him for many years on many esoteric aspects of the body, including chiropractic. And it has evolved over the years, and so now I have like a lot of different experiences in mind, body, and it's a broad range.
Right.
And it's a combination of things for me. So when you're moving things in the body and moving joints around, things like that, there's other aspects to everything. And for deep, profound adjustments to the body, it's not just about moving one thing and another and things like that. There's all kinds of radial aspects to it. But still, everything comes down to that pill you're taking for whatever, that has a vibration of frequency, and you're taking it for this other frequency in your body. That emotion that you feel there, or that pain in the neck that guy you're working with, those are all just electrical points of resistance in the body. The brain has a built-in system there. Modern medicine calls it the relaxation response. But what has happened is that we've kind of turned that off. But the only way it's activated right now in modern man is that we are stressed out. We go home, sit down in our favorite chair, turn on our favorite music or favorite beverage or whatever, and you're totally safe there. And the animal brain up here, the guy who's in charge of this host body here, this guy is going, hey, there's a point of stress over here in your neck right there that is not good for this host body of mine. And so what I want to do is go down to that point, and I'm going to force this body to take a deep breath and blow it out. And that stress goes, "Ooh." So my point is, the whole basis of everything I'm doing is how come we're just using it on that? Why don't we use it on everything? Because everything in us is a point of electrical resistance, just like that stress was right there.
Right, right. So, and I've seen amazing, amazing differences with people. A couple months ago, we had someone come in here that was on a cane, just barely making it in the room. And after an hour of doing these kind of releases, actually was holding his cane, dancing when he left. So it's been remarkable changes. The other things I'm seeing is a lot of people have emotional blocks, and I don't know if that's interrelated with their illnesses, but I've seen just in a very short amount of time, people shifting that. Can you share any other changes that you've seen?
Well, there's a lot of different levels to everything, but like this basic technique, this ability to release points of resistance, not only here, but outside of here, it has mind-numbing capacity to expand not only the human consciousness in the body, but outside of the body. And it's not a matter of, will it happen tomorrow or next year? And it's not a matter of jumping up and down and spinning around twice. It's like, right now. You will know instantly if this is it. And sometimes what we're finding is that when we create stress within the body by moving energetically things in the body and around the body and stuff like that, those points of the weak points become highlighted, and it's easy to just activate that system and pull that out, and the results are instant.
Yes, it's so exciting, and it's palpable. And it is also palpable and usable through the digital means. So you live in Puerto Vallarta, so it's not easy to see you in person all the time. How else can people work with you?
Well, we can do things via Zoom or Messenger and things like that, any kind of video type stuff. What we're developing right now, and one of the things that we're working on, and Kathy and I are working on together, is that I'm working with surrogates, people that are highly tuned, and I can work through, will be physically in the room with you, and they will be me there, and same results as me being physically in the room with you.
It's amazing. The other thing, Dawn, you're starting to teach, right? You've started teaching classes. You had 1-day classes and 2-day classes, correct?
Yeah, we've done 1-day and 2-day classes. It depends on this individual situations, okay? But yeah, so thanks to Kathy, now she's gotten me out more in the public. But I'm traveling around now and spending time with different groups of people around the country and the world. So, and it's a case-by-case situation where I'm at and stuff, and how much time is allowed. And we can crank people up pretty good just in a matter of a few hours. And you spend a day with me or 2 days, and you will not leave the same person.
Yes, that I guarantee that. I wanted to ask you about EMFs and 5G, because there's so much fear and there's so much stuff in the media about both of those things and how difficult it is for the body to adapt to these frequencies. Could you talk about that, please?
Okay. Homo sapiens has been on this planet for eons and had evolved through all this stuff. including cosmic radiation, which we still don't have a full grasp of everything that's hitting us from the cosmos. All different types of radiation coming from the sun, coronal mass ejections, etc. We have radiation coming at us from the planet that we're inhabiting here, of all different types. Yet somehow or another, we as a species have evolved to our state of being today. Now granted, we might have been better if some other things had happened, but considering all things, everything involved in our evolution, we have still managed to evolve to this point. And the question is like, how did we do that? We're bombarded by all this radiation, all this cosmic stuff and all this, and the only answer I can come up with is that this animal brain up here is primitive, and it has the ability to release points of electroresistance in the bag of water. And what facilitated prior to our current day experience was that we could feel on a profound level. We didn't think so much as we do today, and so we could feel better what was happening in our bodies. And so our ability to feel allowed us to heal ourselves and release any type of points of resistance that hit the bag of water, or that caused the points of resistance in the bag of water. And so here I am, I'm a Homo sapiens 100,000 years ago. I'm not thinking, oh, it could be that or that or that. It's just feeling it in his body, and the animal brain is taking over, and it just goes. So, if you look at some of my videos where I'm working with people with their cell phones and around wireless situations and all that,
computers,
your body changes instantly. Once you help the brain locate those points of electroresistance in the body, the animal brain will go right to that point and release it, and your body changes instantly. What we've lost is our ability to adapt to our environment, because we've blocked off our ability to feel not only ourselves profoundly, but those people around us. And it's affected our culture, it's affected everything around us and in us.
Right. Well, I can attest, and I think, again, if you look at the videos, you'll see the amazement that people have that are highly sensitive to electronics. And Dawn, in a 15 minutes, can change what they have had trauma and fear about for years. I've also seen people be released from their interference that they have with their devices, like their laptops or their pads, and not just the phones. So, and I know it's worked on my computer. So, I know that it frees up energy for you to use in other ways. You just don't even realize what you're doing resisting that frequency if you're sensitive until you learn to let it loose, correct?
Yeah, you allow it to flow through you instead of getting hung up inside of you.
Right. So Dawn, if you wanted them to know anything else, would you have anything else that you'd like the audience to know, that so that they could learn more about you?
Well, my mission here in this path is involving people learning the effects of this inability to feel on a profound level, and learning the effects of ego, our own self-imposed limitations on our lives, the people around us, our environment, our culture, etc., etc. And this thing I'm doing is able to free you from all that stuff.
Right.
Free you. You can walk freely on this planet. You can walk freely, even as a highly sensitive person. You can walk freely here, and you will find your true path and become one with everything out here. And so here I am. I don't know how long I'm going to be around. If you want some help, I'll be glad to help you.
Well, with that, I'd like to direct you to Don's website, which is donlynch.net, where you can get a free download and you can see the videos that are posted there and on his blog, so that you can see real people just like us are having remarkable changes very quickly, and they stay. It's not something you have to go back time and time again to get rid of. This is quite remarkable work, and he teaches you how to do it for yourself. By the end of the events that we've done, people were using their own cell phones, not in fear of using them and being afraid to have them near their face. They were using them on their body as tools to heal themselves. So this is quite remarkable work, and I hope you'll take the time to give yourself the gift to learn more about it at donlynch.net. Thank you.